Right, I've got that all welded in place. As you can see, started taking this one apart. I did the same thing. It's going to be exact same things as in the outside. I've actually already replaced this up here, as you can see it. That was rotted out also. Replaced new metal here. Only good thing is I don't have to replace metal here. This seems good and strong. I'm just going to PR-15 it. What I'm waiting for is a new floor. I would like to put the new floor in before I put this part in. Let's wait and see how long that comes in. But for now, I'll get all of this area prepped up, and it's going to be the same deal as the other place. Only thing that I'm fortunate for is that I didn't have to make this part here. It's the part that I've cut out of here. Okay, that's actually in pretty good shape. And like I said, the floor is actually in really good shape there. So PR-15, get it ready. Hopefully the new floor will come in soon. And while I'm at it, I'm just touching up little areas. I'll go over here. Turns out this rocker here was rotted also. Turns out I ended up finding mice nests here and in here, exactly where it rotted, and it was the same deal in here. There was a nest there, and now I'm just curious, thinking this possibility it may be a nest in there. I'll get into it more and I'll see. While I'm waiting for all of that stuff, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and replace this portion right here. I'll flip it over. I don't know if you can see it from here or not, but there's a hole that goes through, so I actually got to go up and over and make that part. Gone ahead, I bent this metal here, a little curve on there, trying to get that to match up there. Now what I'll do is, I've got the curve, I've got the lines here that I've drawn. Okay, I've got it here, on that side. I actually need both hands for this. I'm going to press it down, then I'm going to mark it here, mark it there, then I'll try to put that little bend in there, and then I'll continue on going to that part. See where I got to replace it, and it's pretty rusty, and it's rusty around this side here too, so I'm going to try to go around it and as far down as I can, and hopefully by bending it I'll get it right, and I won't have to make another one. Okay, basically what I've done is I don't have a brake, but I do have a piece of metal in the back there. Run 2 clamps to the side. I've given this a light bend by hand. Take a piece of steel, I'll start off here, I'll hit it with the hammer, I'll bring it down, try to give me a little more of a crisp line in there. If I had a brake, make it easier. I don't have a brake, so you gotta do what you gotta do to get the parts done, and this has worked out so far, so I'll continue on doing it. Gone ahead, cut out the rot, put some rust neutralizer in there. It's turned black, it did its thing. Now I've got some weld through primer in there. Got my piece here, got the weld through on there. I've prepped the sides, and I'll go ahead and I'll tack that into place. As you can see, this is a portion of what I ripped out of there, so definitely not in good shape. Best part, get rid of that, replace it with something like here. What you're seeing there is undercoating, and I'll go from there. I'll weld it in, and once it's all welded in, it'll be a nice solid piece again, and I can continue on something else. Right, before I weld anything in, put some sealant here on the ends. I had taken it off the old stuff, so just gonna put it back. Hopefully when I put all this back together it doesn't catch on fire. That would kind of suck. But for now, just gonna repeat what I found, so I'll go from there. Tacked all of this in place. Had to go a little wider here because I left the gap bigger. To actually taking the hammer now, I've kind of dinged all this down. I'm gonna grind it, and then hopefully I've missed no spots. If not, I'll go back, fill them in, and that'll be that for that rocker. Okay, got that ground down. Now what I did is I've taken a small steel plate, put it on the edge here. I've taken my hammer and just lightly tapped it, try to give that a little more form. And I'll flip the car over, I'll get to the other side, and I'll be done with that. Okay, I've got the welds ground down there. Now I'll move on to my next project here. With the PR15 in here, just waiting for the floors. They'll be in a couple days, weeks, depending on the holidays. So while I'm waiting for that, I was gonna leave that and try to fill it. I decided to make a little patch panel for it. And here's my panel here. Let me show you what I got. Okay, here's my patch panel. Got in there, good to fit. What I did is I screwed it down. I gave it a light hammer job around the ends to try to get the form. Once I did that, I took this piece here and I put it on a small English wheel. Let me show you. Okay, this is a small English wheel. I took it and what I did is just kind of rolled it like so. Just to get the shape. Went around the same thing, did it all around the perimeter. Then I just trial fitted it, put it back and forth, and took the hammer, pounded it down, come back, working my wheel here a little bit, just kind of work it back and forth, and I get the shape that I wanted out of it. As you can see, it fits pretty good. So now I need to cut it so I can weld it up into place, and then there's another little patch that's done. Okay, before I cut it, gone ahead, I've added some screws in here. Hold that down. I'll take a cutting wheel, probably cut up to here. I'll probably use my little saw to get this radius here. And then once it pops out, I'll get ready to weld it in place. And I've cut around my piece here. Reason why I usually screw it in, cut around, because that way you can profile a piece to the part you're cutting out. That way you know you're gonna get, if you make a mistake and you go up, it's gonna go up. You're gonna get both exact same cut on both pieces. That way you're not trying to fit something in there. And now I'll take my little saw here, my air saw, and I'll cut this corner out here and also cut here where I couldn't get with the grinding wheel. Okay, nice clean hole to weld to. Now here's the old part right here, as you can see. A lot of holes in that. Basically what it is. And now here's the new part. Fits in. And if you take the old one here, drop it in. As you can see, both basically the same. So now I'll get into tacking. Alright, it's going to be the same as always. Basically give it a tack around the perimeter, make sure it's in there good. Now I'll put small tacks every so often in different areas, that way it doesn't heat up and warp on me. It really doesn't make a difference it's underneath, but it's good to stay in practice. And I'll just continue that till I get a full bead going all the way through. Okay, nothing special here, just a million tacks around the whole thing. Make sure everything got a good tack on there. Now I'll take the grinder, grind that down, and then I'll look at the other side and see how that looks. Alright, it's all ground down. I've covered some blue PR15 engine paint, believe it or not, on top of the PR15. And now, once you get the pieces in, start working on this floor and stuff.